How did Paul come to know Jesus? Paul, as he was known, or Saul, as he was known before his conversion, he was a Pharisee of the Pharisees. He was a Hebrew of the tribe of Benjamin. He's one of the top teachers in Israel at that time. And through all their studying and teaching, trying to figure out the types and shadows of Christ in the Old Covenant. Whenever Christ appeared, they couldn't recognize him, because they had spent that much time in types and shadows. The Old Covenant was full of types and shadows of the Messiah. But because they were so fixed on the types and shadows, they couldn't recognize the real article, the Messiah, when he turned up. And we can be so concentrating on things that we've been taught, things we've heard, very smart men tell us, and we can miss out on the true article of Jesus Christ, the real Messiah. And it's onto this misunderstanding that Paul became a persecutor of the Church of Jesus Christ. If we go to the book of Acts, chapter 9, and we see in there Saul on his way to persecute the church. Without this experience, nobody can come to know the Lord. And I mean nobody. Their titles don't matter. So Paul's on his way from Jerusalem to Damascus to bring back bound the men and women that believed in Jesus Christ. He's on his way from Jerusalem to Damascus to bring back the people that could see and understand more than he could. So after Stephen was buried, stoned to death and buried, in Acts 9 verse 1, and Saul yet breathing out. Saul here is the same man as Paul, for anybody who doesn't know. And Saul yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest and desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogues, that if he would find any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. Saul here has no authority in the eyes of God, because he's still packing something that was brought to an end. When Jesus cried, "It is finished," on the cross, the old covenant was finished. And when Jesus died and rose again, the new covenant had begun. And while Saul was on the wrong side of the track, as it were, he's still fighting over types and shadows when the real thing had arrived. He's in a situation now where he's about to be confronted with the author and the finisher of our faith.